We know that life can't come from nothing, and yet evolutionists want you to believe that that's exactly what happened. They'll tell you that a puddle of goo mixed together and created the first living organisms. But scientists have confirmed that life can only rise up from life. So if the fundamental building block of evolution is wrong, doesn't that mean that the entire theory is wrong?
Whoever said the puddle of goo was the foundation of evolution, though?
That's basic evolutionary theory, Bubbles. Wait, do I get to explain science to you this time?
Nope. Because you don't seem to understand what the theory of evolution is.
Just one time. I'd like to make it to the intro before you show up. Where did life come from? If you approach this question from a biblical worldview, it makes perfect sense. Life was created by God. Since God is all-powerful, and He created the laws of nature that govern all of us, it's not unreasonable that He can create life from nothing. But if you remove God from the equation, then there is no known way life can arise from nothing.
I actually agree with the first part of what you said. Any all-powerful God wouldn't be bound by the laws of nature that they themselves created. Therefore, even if it wasn't impossible to prove a negative, it would be impossible to use scientific laws to disprove God's existence. But the fact that there are no known ways for life to arise out of nothing doesn't disprove evolution. Science is built on the idea that we don't have all the answers. Scientists can observe that life exists today. Therefore, we know that life had a beginning. And life's current state of existence isn't dependent on us accurately knowing where it came from. Whether life came from God or from nothing doesn't really matter in the context of whether or not it is a thing that exists. Similarly, scientists have observed evidence for evolution. Genetic evidence, the fossil record, and direct observation all suggest that evolution is a phenomenon that exists, but none of those pieces of evidence depend on a certain answer to where life came from. Whether life came from God, primordial soup, a meteorite, or an alien using Earth for a pit stop, evolution still happened. Where did life come from is a question that arises when you remove God from the equation, not the foundation of evolutionary thinking.
Gee willikers, Bubbles, you just ruined the entire premise of this video. How am I supposed to disprove evolution if you just destroyed the foundation of my argument?
You can't. You can't disprove evolution for the same reason atheists can't disprove God. Proving a negative is an impossible standard.
What do you mean?
Let's pretend I told you that there's a magic rock somewhere that will allow you to raise people from the dead. How would you try to disprove that?
Well, I suppose I could try testing every single rock on Earth. And if none of them raised someone from the dead, then the statement would be disproven.
Is that feasible though? Can you really test every single rock on Earth? Even if you could, who's to say that the rock is on Earth? Maybe it's on the Moon, or Mars, or a planet in a galaxy on the other side of the universe. In a universe as big as ours, there are an infinite number of places to hide a single rock. Those infinite possibilities are a huge reason why we can't prove a negative. Maybe life can't rise from nothing on Earth, but it's possible that it can somewhere in the cosmos.
Well, I could point out that you have no evidence that such a rock exists.
True, but the absence of evidence isn't the same thing as evidence of absence. Just because I can't prove that the rock of immortality exists, doesn't mean that you've proven it doesn't. Similarly, if you debunked every supporting evidence for evolution, leaving that theory with no supporting evidence, then you still won't have shown that evolution didn't or couldn't have happened. That's important to keep in mind, because it works both ways. We may not be able to offer strong evidence that God exists, but that lack of evidence isn't evidence that he doesn't exist.
So, instead of trying to prove that evolution is wrong, I should be trying to prove that creationism is right.
Exactly.
Alright, I'll see you in a few weeks with that proof.
Yay! I can't wait.